Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. It was telling me there was an error with my speaking.
Pardon?
It was saying there was something wrong with my microphone, but
Oh,
can you hear me?
nope, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Cool.
I can just barely hear you.
Do I have to talk like this?
It's like you're really, really far away, even when you were yelling.
They're saying there's something wrong with my microphone.
No, it was me. It's better now.
That's good.
At least I figured out what I did. I would have driven you crazy the whole call.
I'm just silly tonight. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of energy. This should be a good call.
Me too.
So I'm going to mute everybody because this is the Kim Show. I'm just kidding. So thank you for being on the call. As always, I appreciate you guys taking time away from your schedule to be on the call. I wanted to recap leadership. Leadership is an amazing, amazing event because it's very intimate. So Summit is like really busy and everybody's running everywhere and you kind of like are all over the place. Whereas leadership is the opposite of that. You're like, there's only about 200 people there. The people who are in the corporation are there and the trainers hang out. And so you really get a taste of what the company's like and where they want to take you and all this other stuff. And I actually had an at-length conversation with Mark Washington, who is the COO. He's the person who's in charge of coach relations. But he's a really nice guy. And I was talking to him at the party because nobody would talk to him. No, I'm only kidding. But he was actually really nice. And he was like, he's like, Kim, if you only knew the problems I walked into and stuff. And so I really do believe that they are trying to fix things. It's a good problem to have that you have this network that has just like, blown up. But again, it's not acceptable. And Carl Deichler was like kind of like, funny because he was like, oh my God, he goes, and he was like really talking about how you need to protect, the culture of your group because it can really easily be negative. And when you have people, in a group that like post one thing negative and they don't think it's any big deal. They're just like, hey, here's some negative shit and I'm going to leave it in your group. And then somebody else jumps on it. Somebody else jumps on it. Somebody else jumps on it. And then it just like gets out of control. And he's like, he goes, I understand that, it was the last day of the month and Payo, got screwed up. And he's like, so Payo wasn't available for 3 hours. He's like, you would think that we took Payo away till the effing end of time. He's like, and, he was like really frank about it. And he was like, look, he's like, we're still going to be bringing out amazing programs. We're still going to fix all this stuff, and we're just going to keep going. And he was just very adamant that, his ideas of bringing new products in and things like that is what we need to do to keep ourselves being the best in the world. We did a workout with the people from Les Mills, Jericho, and Joel Friedman. It was by far the actual best workout. It's kind of like Insanity Max, a lot of their stuff, but it was also kind of like the mixed martial arts with it too. So like if Combat and Insanity Max had a baby, it's going to be what these people bring out. And those two are phenomenal trainers. They were like, especially her. I don't really know her that well, but she is like a doll. She's very nice. They stayed to take pictures, like they haven't gotten famous yet, I guess, that, it's kind of like over their head. But so that's probably coming out at Summit. I actually know the program that's coming out at Summit, but I have to be quiet about it. I can't say anything. So I'm not sure when their program comes out. You have a new Tony Horton program coming out, which will be in March. Usually we get a new program in February. This is going to come in March. Hopefully Hammer and Chisel is going to lead us throughout the whole winter. That's supposed to be an incredible program. I got to tell you, the guys that did that program are shredded. Like, I'm talking about like dad bod to shredded. So I really think that, I even have my husband like saying he's going to do it with me, which is pretty interesting. But, so it might be a good thing to do to get couples involved and stuff like that. I really don't work with a lot of dudes, but seeing that the guys that got these amazing results is pretty incredible. So I'm excited for that. What else came out? The cafe latte, the coffee. Shakeology is probably going to be good because a lot of people who are getting those iced coffee drinks and things like that, you'll be able to get them. I actually don't like the regular Shakeology because I feel like there is an aftertaste. That's why I have the vegan. But I didn't taste that same aftertaste in the cafe latte, the chocolate one. And so that is coming out. I believe that's going to come out in the first quarter. I don't know exactly when. But so this is the last quarter. And most of leadership was about finishing strong in the last quarter, because your last quarter, what you do in the last quarter actually sets you up for an amazing January, because in January, you're going to be tripping over people who want to lose weight. And if you're not doing the things that you need to be doing in your business now, despite the fact that it's very slow, you're not going to get off to a strong start in January. And so we want to make sure that we are finishing strong and we are doing everything we can for the next 3 months. When Hammer and Chisel comes out December 2nd, you can't just start talking about it. You know what I mean? You need to be ahead of the things. Start getting people who are interested. Start making a contact list of people who you think are going to be good. Go into your online office of everybody that's bought the 21-day fix. There's a way you can run a report and then start creating an email list from that. And so you want to be prepared for that. We will run a test group for Fitspire Empire for that group. And that's always fun. The first time we do a program, it was really successful with 21-day fix, really successful with 21-day fix extreme. And so this is, we'll do the same thing there too. I'm debating whether I want to do like a Q&A group, kind of like an introduction group, to get people in. I'm thinking about how the best way to do that is. And so I want to get to the last quarter. How are you going to rock it? How are you going to stay involved? Because the holidays are coming. People get less inclined to want to get in shape and things like that. And how are you going to do it? And so the first thing we always need to do is we need to get back to your dreams. We need to get back to what you visualized for yourself. Because I can tell you, like, hey, let's get to diamond. But what the hell is diamond? Like, diamond is not an end all be all. It's not like you get to diamond and there's like a big pot of money with a leprechaun. Diamond is like your first step in like getting to be a leader. You will start to team volume rank and earn money that way, but it's really a stepping stone into getting into that 2-star, into developing your leaders. One of the greatest things that I'm proud of is that we don't have very many diamonds that just sit at diamond. We have diamonds that become diamonds and create diamonds. I had a conversation with Stephanie Chico, and she was telling me she has 200 diamonds in her organization, and star diamonds and elite coaches. And I was just, I was telling Elizabeth this the other day. I was like, that's what I envision for my group, like a group of badass, gorgeous coaches that are confident, that are elite, and and just make a name for themselves. They don't even need me, as their coach to be found out who they are. They are within their own right. People know who they are. And so how do we do that? So what I need you to do is I need you to write down your goal for November 19th. And the reason I don't say December 31st is because a lot of people have to hold that 6 weeks. And so in order for you to end the year, like let's say your goal is to end the year as a 1-star or a 2-star, you actually have to meet that goal November 19th because you need those 6 weeks to hold it for December 31st for you to actually change. And so I want to know what your goal is on November 19th. And here's the thing. If your goal is in your head, it's dead, meaning it doesn't have any life. So you can think like, hey, I hope to be a 2-star, or I hope to be a diamond, or I hope to do this. Unless it is written out, unless there is a date behind it, unless it is put somewhere where you can see it, it has no life, and you probably won't get it. Goals that are written out with a date, 70% of the time, they are hit. It's pretty amazing. I see Elizabeth has hers out, 2-star. And you know what? I'll be damned if Elizabeth didn't tell me that she was going to be a diamond, she was going to quit her job, and she had a date, and it was written down, and she probably looked at that thing every freaking day. So if you have a goal by November 19th, and please don't tell me you want to be a ruby by November 19th, because that drives me crazy. Because all you need is 2 more coaches or 4 more coaches to be a diamond. If you're a ruby, you already got your rockin' emerald. So, all you really need is your discount coaches. So that's the first thing is, what is your dream? What is your goal? Put a date behind it. The next thing is you need to visualize that stuff. Like if your goal is to be on stage at Summit, you need to see it. You need to know what freaking dress you're going to wear. You need to know what you're going to say. I already know what I'm going to say as a 15-star diamond. I know my speech. I know exactly who I'm going to thank. And I visualize that every day. My kid, my son made me 15-star diamond thing that's on my refrigerator that I see every morning. You need to be kept in the loop of what you visualize for yourself, because somebody, I think it was Karen, said that the brain doesn't differentiate between things that are goals or visualizations. The brain doesn't differentiate whether that's real and living or whether that's made up. And so it's why people who visualize what they want out of life actually get it, because they've taught their brain that, hey, this is what I want, and darn it, I'm going to get it. And they take action for it. So you need your dreams, you need your visualization, and you need your goals. And so if you can take a picture of that and post it in the group, that would be really, really awesome. And so what I want you to do now is I want you to think about a visualization of your best day. As a coach, one of those days where you're I am rocking it. What does that look like? What are you doing? What do you feel like? You need to know what that feels like to be rocking coach, to have, what is your energy like? What are you doing? What activities are you doing that you can go to bed and you can be like, damn, I rock this Beachbody stuff. What is it that you need to do? And then when do you need to do it? I'm actually going to move with you because my battery's going to go. But when do you need to do it? Because we all say that we need this power hour, and some of us, don't we're like, oh, I don't have an hour or whatever. Well, whatever time you have, you need a dedicated time to do this. So figure out when it is. For me, I don't do Beachbody first thing in the morning. Now, I also don't have a full-time job, at least another full-time job, I should say. But I really don't deal with humans first thing in the morning because that is my time early in the morning. I get up, I work out, I do my workout, I kind of take care and listen to the peacefulness, and then I figure out my priorities of what I need to do. And so what you need to do is figure out when you're going to do those things. You know, if you're having like the best day as a coach, when are you doing that? Is it like you rocking things out at night? Is it you rocking things out like on your lunch hour? When is it? When are you most effective doing this job? And then the last thing is, why are you doing it? Like, why are you doing it? Because if you don't know why you're doing something and it doesn't have a purpose, chances are it's not going to be something you're consistent about. So figure that out. And so what I want you to do is I want you to pick a day next week. We have a whole week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I want you to pick one day where you will have this freaking rocking day, where you will freaking rock as a Beachbody coach. You will have a freaking list of all the things that you need to do. You will have a time when you need to do it, and you will have a reason why you're doing it. And here's the thing. Now, we all know if we only do this job one day a week, it's not going to be effective. However, if we pick one day and we're like, damn, I am going to rock this, and you do it, you're training your brain to know what it feels like to have a rocking day. And what happens to our brain when we have a really good day and we actually know the things that we need to do to have a really good day? Chances are we can replicate that rocking day. Now, is every day in Beachbody World going to be rocking? No. We all know that. I'm not going to lie to you. But we do need to have days where our energy is high, where we have a to-do list, where we know exactly what we're doing. And so what I need you to do is I need you to pick next week, and just let me know in the group which day you are going to be rocking your butt off at this Beachbody coaching. I don't want to hear nobody talks to me, nobody follows me, I only have 60 likes. I don't want to hear that BS, because all that stuff is not important. It's all a resource problem. It's all whatever. You need to have one day where you're going to go in with positive energy. You're going to rock it out. You're going to have a to-do list, and you're going to get done. And most importantly, you are going to know what it feels like. Most of the time, this job feels icky because we don't do the things we know we need to do. And it's because we're letting our energy go down. We're letting little things piss us off. We're letting life's troubles get in our way. I got to tell you, life is always going to have troubles. I don't know anybody that is like, wow, it's been 3 months and nothing's broke. My kids are fine. My husband and I get along great. My parents, there's no problems with them. Nobody has that life. And the thing is that you need to stop allowing life circumstances to stop you from your dreams. I mean, it's not even about Beachbody coaching. It's about, we know that coaching is going to get us to what our stuff, the things that we want. I did a video for Facebook today about this. I was like, if you worked your butt off, I usually want to curse, but I don't know if there's kids around. If you worked your butt off doing what you do now, working for who you work for now, like if you were like number one employee, like every time you went to work, you were like monthly employee of the month, would you be getting to the things that you want and you deserve in your life? And I know for me as a teacher, I could have been the best teacher. In fact, I really do believe I was one of the best teachers. But guess what? It wasn't making me stay home with my kids. It wasn't giving me better hours. It certainly wasn't giving me the salary that I deserved. It certainly wasn't giving me an increase in the salary that I deserved. And so you have to wonder, why is it we're giving so much to this job that we know, even if we do it perfectly, isn't going to get us, but the one job that we know can get us to what we want is the thing that we get rid of. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And the coolest thing about this job is the more you keep showing up, the more you win. This job is like last man standing, because for every person that keeps showing up, there are 20 people that have gotten a no, that have gotten their feelings hurt, that have, maybe gotten off with their meal plan and decided, this is not for me. It's why only, that Beachbody disclaimer, Beachbody doesn't, Beachbody doesn't say that you can have all this and it's only like 5% of the company that makes money. The 5% of the people who make great money in this company are the people that simply didn't quit. They didn't allow people to tell them that whether they were good or not. They didn't allow no's to say, oh, I can't do this. I still have more people that say no to me than say yes to me. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. And I never did. And I don't know why, because I'm a pretty sensitive person. But I guess I knew that what I wanted was going to be worth it. And I knew that there were more people out there. And I knew that if I focused on the people that don't want it, then it was going to take my energy away. You are going to bring people into this business that you think are wonderful. You are going to bring people into this business that you have spent a lot of time with. You are going to bring people into this business who you think are going to be rock stars, and they will let you down, and they will not want it, and they will walk away. And you have to let them walk away. And you have to be okay with the fact that you have done this, and you've done your best, and that person has chosen a different path. Because when you focus on the people who don't want it, what happens to your energy? Like, have you ever talked to a coach or like a customer that just like, they just don't want it? Like, doesn't your like posture go like this, like when you're texting them or when you're talking to them? Doesn't it like, aren't you like, oh, right? Don't do that. You have far too many people that surround you, that need you, that want you, that, are looking for that light. There are so many unhappy people out there that are just looking for the people that just keep going. One of my newest coaches, Alicia, she told me she's been watching me for a long time. I get that a lot. And so the very person right now who might be watching you and who might be thinking, I'm going to reach out to her. What if you don't show up tomorrow? What if you decide not to do your workout? What if you decide nobody cares? And that person was going to reach out to you that next day? Because that's really what it's all about. And so we need to keep on with these next months, October, November, December. I've kind of always talked to people in these months about not gaining weight. I don't really talk to them too much about losing weight. People just really don't want to gain that weight that they usually gain around the holidays. They want to look cute in a holiday dress. They don't want to go into January 25 pounds overweight on top of the 10 pounds that they should weigh. And so, those kind of challenges or those kind of things that you have going might be helpful. Like especially with candy being handed out and things like that, you can do those free groups where it's only 7 days of like no sugar, that kind of thing. Lots of different ways. And so before I get off the phone with you, I want you to understand that there's activities that you need to be doing in your business every day. What are those activities? The one activity that you guys nail and we've never really had a problem with, is getting the workout in and drinking the shake. Like, that's why we're pretty awesome, because we get great results, we stay committed to a program, and we drink our shakes. That's never been an issue in my group, at least for the most part. We all have times where we like fall off track and stuff, but for the most part, we do it. The second thing is personal development. Like, I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, but personal development is the battle armor that you need. It's the energy that you're going to get to, when I'm not reading personal development, all I see in my business is every freaking thing that's wrong. When I read personal development, I notice everything that's right. And whatever's wrong, guess what? It's okay. It'll be fixed. Like, if I literally told all you guys that all of you guys are going to be diamonds, all of you are going to get to the dreams and the visualizations you have, like, wouldn't you be more inclined to do this business? So why not believe that? Why not believe that you will get exactly what you want? And I know for some of you, you're like, I never get shit in my life. Like, I always get the sticky end of this, the sucky end of the stick or whatever. You have to change your feelings about yourself and what you deserve and what you believe. Because I can guarantee you that if you believe that bad things are going to happen, bad things will happen. I mean, like, I had some like health scares this week, and not to get into it, but I was like, damn it, I am not done. God is not taking me today. And I just like went into the testing, and thank goodness everything turned out well. And I have another test on Friday, but I was like, damn it, that shit is not coming into my body. Like, I am not done. And you have to have that same kind of belief about your life, about your job, about your family, like whatever it is, because what you believe is going to do your actions. And then the next thing is, you need to talk to new people. You need to expand your network. I know a lot of you follow up with people, and you keep following up with the same people and the same people. And so high five, that's not a high five, that's a thumbs up. High five that you're following up with people, because that's part of things too, right? That's that customer service. But you need to expand your network, which means that you need to just talk to new people. And you need to be happy, because let me tell you something. When people see a happy person, you know what they think? I want to know why the hell that person's so happy. Because have you ever walked around the mall? Have you ever gone to the grocery store? Do you see people that look like they're just like happy? Or do you see miserable freaking people, right? So when somebody's happy, when somebody has energy, like they're like, I want to know what happened to that person in their life that they're so happy. And that's who you should be. You should be somebody that somebody takes a second look at, because they're like, damn, what are they doing that they look so happy, that they look like there's this energy about them? And then the next thing is, in expanding your network, you need to message people. And I don't mean message like bad messaging, like, hey, you want to try some Shakeology? I mean like good messaging, like figure out a reason to send somebody a message. Tell people hi. Tell people, hey, I like your dress. Like there's lots of different ways that you can message people, and it doesn't have to be inauthentic, because you're releasing yourself from the outcome. You don't care whether these people buy from you or not buy from you. Your job is just to message and create conversation. Because like I wrote that thing about my plastic surgeon today, and I knew I was going to get messages. And what do you think most of those messages? How much are boobs? Like all these other questions. And what did most of the women say? I need to lose weight, and then I want to get boobs. So where does that conversation lie? That conversation lies, what are you doing? Do you have a plan? Like, what are you doing? And so in a natural conversation, people will always wind up asking you about what you're doing, especially when you're consistent, especially when you show up every day on their newsfeed, especially when you're authentic. People don't want perfect. People want real people who have real problems, who are still getting it done. And so talk to new people, do your personal development, and send messages. If you're doing all those 3 things and you're doing them consistently, you have no choice but to hit Success Club 5. Like, really, I don't have anybody that has said, you know what, Kim, I did that every day. Every day I did it and I didn't hit Success Club 5. Because I would tell you that's bull hockey, whatever. It's not true. We all know that when we message, when we stay on target, when we stay connected, we hit Success Club. We're talking about 3 people. 3 people. That's it. 3 people. So thank you for being on the call. I'm going to take the unmute. So if anybody has a comment or question, I will take it. Everybody's quiet. Well, the last thing I wanted to say is that you might have saw me talking about people who are team leaders and people who are team builders. What does that mean? And so it really means that if you're trying to make money in this business, if you're trying to be successful, it's not just to be a diamond. Because you can be a diamond and not be earning a substantial income. The way you earn money and the way you help people is by getting up that leadership ladder. Because let me just take, for example, Nicole. Nicole, in order to get that team leader, she needs to hit Success Club 5, and that's the one thing that everybody has to do, is hit Success Club 5. The next thing she has to do is she has to have built her weak leg, and that's the leg that I don't help with. That's her and her coaches, and she needs to, I think, hit 5,000. So that means she has some working coaches. She doesn't have just coaches drinking Shakeology. She has some coaches who are selling. And then the next thing is she needs to be earning, I think it's at least 1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1,000 a month. And the last part is I think you need 4 coaches who have 1 Success Club point.
Three or four, I don't remember.
Okay. So she needs to have working coaches. And so you can see that Beachbody has created a structure so that you can see if you're hitting those things. And mind you, you do not have to be a diamond to hit these things. Like Amber, when Amber was not a diamond, when she was an emerald, she was a team builder because she had her friend Beth, who was a coach, who was hitting Success Club. And then I think she had her husband who was hitting Success Club or whatever. So, you know, you're going to hear that word all the time, Success Club. Success Club simply means new people matched with a program in Shakeology, rocking it out. That's all it is. So don't be afraid of it. I think I loved last month. We did like a personal message thing that last week to try to push people to like kind of like try to get those last points. And I think some of you actually did hit Success Club from that. So that was kind of fun. And we're going to continue that. Next week, I'm going to have my personally sponsored group where I'm going to be working one-on-one with you. It won't be all on me, meaning that there's going to be some accountability on your part. I want to see who you're talking to every day. You know, I want to see, like, what are the 3 people that you're talking to every day? I want to see what activities you're doing in your business that's going to move your business forward. I'm going to ask you what your goals are, your weekly goals. Because if you don't have a weekly goal, then it's really hard to match the activities you need to do to meet those goals. So if you are choosing to be in that group, be prepared. It's not going to be actually extra work. It's probably going to be more defined work so that you can understand the things that you need to do to be successful. So if nobody has any questions, thank you so much for being on. And I love you all. Bye.
Bye.